run down my boy, don't miss. Long out to work for the low. No new niggas, so no back door. I keep me a fifth and a fat bank roll. I'm on the car, I know Shorty gon' blow. I'm top by the playground, fit like white. No plan going on, there's a whole lot of strikers. Real deal lifers, real deal snipers. Cuz that sniper here, real deal sniper.
What's up, gang?
What's going on?
Hey.
What's up, folks?
Appreciate y'all pulling up. I'm a little late. Get right into it. I was thinking about something that really applied to me, and I want to get y'all opinion on it. Two-part question. First question I got right. Have you ever thought about somebody else while having sex? If so, if you have thought about somebody else while having sex, would you have sex with that person again? Like they ain't even do a good enough job to make you think about them. Like two-part question. Anybody want to go?
Can you say that again for me?
Probably not.
Have you ever had sex with somebody and thought about somebody else? And if you have, would you have sex with that first person again? If he didn't do a good enough job to make you not think about another nigga, did you go back?
So basically, would you double back to the person you was thinking about after?
No. If you had sex with person A and you thought about person B while having sex with person A, would you have sex with person A again?
Oh,
A didn't do a good enough job to make you not think about person B, would you go back to person A? Is there a need to go back and have sex with that person again?
He wouldn't be my first choice. No.
Yeah, I mean, if I thought about it while I'm having sex with somebody else, I might gotta double back because I might double
like
back.
The only time that's okay, like if it's off of emotional connection, right? Like you with your sneaky link or whatever, or somebody you just got out of a relationship and you know what I'm saying, you're trying to get over that. And maybe you think about maybe they did something that triggered something that you and that person used to do. I feel like that's not the end of the world. I feel like that's very possible. So I feel like maybe you do need to give them another try. Maybe it was some trash because you wasn't in it yourself. Like I don't necessarily mean that I don't think that means it was bad sex.
I do agree with that. I do agree with what you said, but he probably wouldn't be my first choice though.
So I'm doing this wrong shit.
If I have sex with a girl and she don't, and I'm thinking about another girl, you ain't doing something, shorty. You ain't doing something.
That's my too.
I should be thinking about this other girl afterward. Post-nut thing. If I'm thinking about you pre-nut, you ain't doing enough, shorty.
But because I've been in a relationship,
nigga while I'm having sex, that's like if I'm really thinking about you, somebody else while I'm having sex with somebody else.
Then why would you? That's what I'm saying. If you thought about if a nigga got up in there and you thought about another nigga, why would you go back? That nigga ain't do something right.
Because I've been in a relationship with somebody and then I'm thinking about that other
person.
Oh no.
You know? So it's
that's
like,
possible. Thanks.
I mean, we got some cheaters and shit like that. So, I've been, so I could be at home with my nigga and we fucking. I'm like, damn, I'm trying to go get some from him. Not that my boyfriend don't fucking do it.
Oh no.
But, the sneaky link that I'm fucking doing better.
To add to that self-made, maybe you low-key thinking about like why did I even explore other options when this person right here like is bomb? Because that other shit that was happening, yeah, I'm thinking about that person because it was some trash. Because in comparison to this, it's bomb. So
right, so you wouldn't go back to person that Jason talked about. So what FYO was saying, if you have sex with somebody in the moment, you think about somebody else. Would you have sex with the person you're having sex with in that moment again? Not the person you're thinking about.
Yeah, I think I would still go both ways, even in what I just said. So I mean, I feel like potentially, yeah. I mean.
Yeah, because like I said, I was with my boyfriend thinking about somebody else digging. Ain't saying I fucked my boyfriend again, years. So, years. So yeah, I'm definitely, he do something different than the other one, and the other one do something.
Right, maybe one not worse than the other. It's just different.
Maybe it's a
balance. No, not the two niggas.
No, maybe it's a balance. Maybe it balanced me out. Maybe it balanced me out. One is not that great, but never a good lover, provider. This one just lets you the fuck out. Like, this is what you need. So
I ain't gonna lie. When I was a cheater, I'm not cheating with the same type of girls. These girls is different. It's yin and yang, and they're both like you said, balance. Girl. Hey, Puff, you want to add to this, Brody? Puff, you ever had sex with a girl and thought about another girl?
But I mean, you gotta double back though, because I mean, for one, she could do better the next time. It could have been you. You could have been the problem. Anything. So yeah, of course you're gonna double back. And I'm nasty, so I'm gonna double back anyway. You give me my check.
I ain't even keeping score, home.
Ain't nobody score.
Shit, I scored.
You scored a 10.
All right, I scored.
All right. Next question. While we on the topic, right? Is it okay to have sexual? Hold on. Okay, because I had to read it. I didn't read the question first. Is it okay to have sexual partners while pursuing somebody who is practicing abstinence?
Hell yeah!
Fuck
Why I
yeah.
can't have sex if you don't
And
want to
I
have
ain't
sex?
fucking with nobody who practicing abstinence. I like sex. The fuck? Bitch, I fake marry you, get the pussy, and it might be bad.
Oh, you bleed.
Fuck no. I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
fucking.
What was
fuck
the
with somebody
question?
that's
I didn't hear
abstinent,
the
but I'm hitting
question.
some other.
Nigga said fake marriage. All right, the question is it okay to have sexual partners while you are pursuing somebody who is practicing abstinence? So if I ran into a girl and she like, yeah, I fuck with you, but I'm saving myself to marriage. Is it okay if I fuck on bitches until I marry her?
Yeah. Cause you ain't practicing that shit. She is. Dummy. Like she the dummy. You shouldn't even fuck with nobody who's not gonna practice it with you.
Right. I was just about to say that. I feel like that's a journey for them that they expect and support in by me being their partner or the person that they're pursuing. And it would be false hope for you to assume that if I'm not on that journey or agreeing with that I would. So no, it's not right. But I mean, you shouldn't do that.
So you think we need to go ahead and create an abstinence meets, like a dating site for abstinence people?
There probably is. I would imagine that's cool. Probably a thing.
I think they should have a thing like that for them.
SavingMyselfForYou.com. Ooh! Yeah, we charge $15 to get that page too, cuz we charge for that love. Yeah, versions ain't cheap, nigga.
Shit, they might not even wait that long.
And I ain't gonna lie, I don't think you can get a date on Christian Mingle fucking that I'm saving myself bullshit. I don't give a fuck what site you on.
I've actually, I logged into the Christian Mingles. I made an account before.
You tried to do a pastor like Megan Good.
Somebody. It was somebody at the time.
All right. Got another question for y'all. I seen it was an argument in the chat, and I got some examples to go with the question. Is it rude to invite somebody to one half of a two-part function? Examples: wedding reception. Another example: birthday dinner, not the birthday after party. Is it rude to invite somebody to one half of a two-part function?
Yeah,
absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, everything ain't for everybody. Okay. If I have a wedding, right? All family can come to that. The reception, maybe you don't need to come. That's not your scene. You're gonna ruin it for everyone because it's just not your vibe. Just stay home. It's okay. Trust my judgment.
Yeah, I think it's tacky.
My bad.
I think it's tacky.
Tacky to invite somebody one half, then not the other?
Yeah.
Okay. You think they should have two separate functions? Like if you got like your family and then you got like your friends, you think it's better just to have two separate functions, or like just commit to like one group of people?
No, I'm gonna have one function, and whomever I want to be invited to the wedding will be at the reception, and vice versa.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie.
I gave the wedding scenario, but I feel like there's other scenarios that you could give like that.
I ain't gonna lie. I think the scenarios don't change the people. If I got my mother's side of the family and then I got my homies, I gotta make it the after party. All them people can't be at the after party because all them people don't party the same. So I gotta separate it. I do agree. If I get married, the people that's gonna be everybody that's at the wedding ain't gonna be at the wedding reception. It's just not happening. It's just not happening because of the type of person I am. So I feel like if I invite you to my wedding, you should be happy to be at the wedding because that's what you're celebrating. If you ain't make it to the reception, I feel like you know why you ain't make it to the reception. It shouldn't be like a hard feeling. Or like my birthday. If my mother comes to my birthday dinner and she sit at the table with all y'all, she's not gonna be offended that she's not coming to whatever's afterwards because she knows that that's not for her. So to me, I just feel like it's situational, and I feel like there's a situation where it makes sense. That's just my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I hear you though, Trina. I mean, Deal with that shit, cuz invite everybody to the same function.
And knowing you personally,
or not even invite everybody. Whomever I don't invite is the who I don't invite. I think it is what it is. Either I'm gonna invite you or I'm not. It's just for me. But I think it also, like you said, depends on the people you be with. Like, I can invite my family the same place I'm inviting my friends. I do it all the time. So for me,
I can have my mother around my like heathen ass nigga friends, right? But I can't have my mother around too many like hoes.
I'm dead. Why would the hoe get the wedding reception or wedding?
You said what?
Why are we always talking about weddings?
No. I didn't say wedding. I didn't say where was that. I didn't say where was that. I'm saying in general. My mother, like, she could be around a lot of ignorant niggas, a lot of street niggas. It'd be cool. She can't be around that many type of like younger, I guess, classes. Eventually, her older woman instincts gonna kick in, and she gonna embarrass me. She be trying to say shit, but like the niggas, she gonna let the boys be boys. She ain't gonna like it. You know what I mean? I might hear about it afterwards, but yeah. So I understand why you would invite somebody to one function, not both. Got 2 more questions for y'all.
Cool.
Okay. If a student hits a teacher, should that teacher be fired for continuing the fight? So essentially, if a student hits a teacher, like he hit the teacher, then he stopped. It's a pause. Everybody reacts. Oh, if the teacher just hit this nigga back and continues the fight, should he be fired?
Yes.
Yes, I say yes, but I understand why they was fighting back. I tell you that. I can understand that.
Yeah, I can understand it too.
You can understand why they.
I don't know.
You can understand why they hit back, but they still should be fired too.
Because even though I might understand from the human standpoint, once you take on that job and once you agree to be in the position of working in the school, then you taking on the responsibility of being the adult in the situation. So I feel like in that situation, your job title doesn't inquire for you to box back. So I think that you should be fired in that setting. But I understand how you can definitely be like, bitch, you're not about to hit me, and definitely glass their ass back. Like, I definitely feel that shit. Nobody want to be disrespected. But going in that job, you kind of know what's going to come when you fucking with kids.
You think if that teacher returned to school after a suspension of another child, you think that would lower the chances of that happening in the school again if they understand that, oh, well, they... this is not going to turn out where it has that sort of consequence. I
think that it would, like what you said. I think that could possibly be a possibility. Yeah.
For me, I believe in reflexes, and although you did let the crowd hype you, I understand that adrenaline having that delayed reaction too, right? And then that noise bringing you to, like, somebody just hit me. That's the first thought, right? So I mean, I feel like I would not be upset. Now, if you brutally beat somebody, you know what I'm saying? That may make my answer different. But if you defend yourself by smacking the shit out of them, or you gotta like swing on them a little bit, I might understand.
Man, elementary school, middle school, teacher fired, cool. High school, he might have to get that nigga up off him, man. It's college built football players in that motherfucker, boy. It's pro athletes about to be in that motherfucker, boy. He might have to whip that nigga ass. I ain't gonna lie. So I gotta see the kid. I ain't gonna lie.
Trina and Selfmade, I would like to ask y'all too. Have you ever been in a point where somebody keep fucking with you? Like in a recent, huh? I mean, literally cornering you, because the incident that happened today at that school, that girl was behind her desk. The teacher was trying to stay confined, and at that point, what do you do when you feel attacked and you feel like this student who was not that much shorter than her, they was close to the same size. You could see her fumbling for the phone, trying to call, maybe somebody, right, for assistance. But in that moment, like, I feel like we live in a world where you just got to think to protect yourself first.
Me personally, you want to go or you want me to answer that? So I didn't get to see the video of what happened, but me personally, because honestly, like, because I grew up in like a school. Well, I came from all types of alternative schools. So I see what they went through with us. You understand, like, how they used to have to deal with us calling them bitches, motherfuckers, and swinging on, like, I didn't do that, but you know, like other kids done that. So me personally, like, if I feel like a child is getting too close, I don't give a fuck if you get too close to my space, then that means you ready to do some grown-up shit. At that point, if I feel like I don't give a fuck about that job, or even if I want to keep my job, I'm gonna walk away. But me personally, like, if a child put their hands on me and I'm a teacher, like, I might lose my job that day. That's the day that I'm not gonna be in that field no more.
On the flip side of that, this might be very ignorant. I don't have no kids, but I imagine if I had a kid, you can't take my kid phone, bro. I don't give a fuck. When I call that motherfucker, text that motherfucker, he need to be able to see it, respond to it, acknowledge it. Like, you can't take my kid phone. I don't give a fuck.
Especially what's going on in the school.
Yeah, bro. This whole school
like,
shooting.
Don't take my child phone. This is for emergency.
They own kids out of a school shooting building. But they went in there and they lost their job. Now, if I go into a building, a school where there's a school shooting, what's gonna happen to me? I'm gonna lose what? Okay, cool. So what? I'm like, you can't take my kid phone. Not saying I'm gonna tell my kid to hit the teacher for taking his phone.
No,
but I'm not gonna, like, if your son yelled at me or your daughter yelled at me because I took his phone, that's what you get, bitch. Give them their phone back. Like, you're not taking my kid phone.
See, one thing I tell my son, don't be disrespectful to an adult, because I'm very big on disrespect. So if a person took your phone and you said give it back, and I told you don't let nobody, I don't give a fuck, teacher, staff, whatever, go walk out the class, go to the office and demand them to call your mother. You're not going to get in trouble because you asked that person to give you your phone back. Now, if you doing some wrong shit, that's some shit you're not supposed to be doing in class, and you got your phone out being disruptive and shit like that, then yeah, like, I probably wouldn't trip. But no, keep your phone. Like, if it's just being like, you have teachers that spiteful, mean, or whatever, you could have forgotten to put your phone on silent.
If my kid is disruptive, you got to put him out of class, send him in the office, tell me to come pick him up. You can't take his phone. I don't give a fuck.
Don't take nothing.
Don't take my kid's phone. Now, you take his PSP or his Game Boy or something. You take a video game, cool. You take his phone. You can't take my kid's phone. Because I've never let a teacher take my phone. All right. Last question. Where am I? Y'all, wait, they y'all good. Nobody. One more question. We got one more question. Self-made. We got one more question. We about to be out. All right. High school teacher fired for making students write their own obituaries. What y'all think about that? Should he got fired for that? Is that wrong?
Oh, I got a story. Can I say something? My best friend actually made her own obituary and saved it, glued pictures in that motherfucker and everything, and said when she died, she wants us to use that. I don't think it's wrong. I mean,
I think it influenced creative writing, and if that's the purpose of the class, then I'm not mad at that. I mean, what harm is it?
What?
I've read a little bit about why he did it, and I don't think that his intent was bad. I think his intent was valid. He said he made the kids do the obituaries due to the school violence with gun violence and school shootings, and he wanted them to put themselves in that situation to, if something was like that to happen, like you said, more of like creative writing, have them think about the situation and how it impact others, and so etc. So I didn't think it was like.
And I like that idea though. That's a lot. Like, a lot of teachers don't have their own mind, or like want to do different things. Like, they think they're gonna go by the textbooks, and them textbooks be fucked up too. Like, you ain't teaching nothing. So that is different. That is, I wouldn't mind.
I like I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be the oddball out then, I guess, because the show needs controversy, it needs pushback. So this might even be how I feel, but I just like that's what the show needs, right? I don't like that, right? I think it's cool to bring awareness to something that needs to be awareness. But when you're talking about bringing awareness to kids about school shootings, I think you're just installing fear in kids. I think that's what you're more so doing, right? Because now, granted, the kids that was writing obituaries, they were in high school.
They was high school students.
It was high school kid, but they got the commercial going around where the kids is in school. Like, I got this backpack, and he show you what he's a backpack for. I got the skateboard, and he break this window because it's shooting. And the girl was like, I finally got a phone, but she's using the phone to text her mom while the school's getting shot, right? So as they're bringing more awareness to kids about school shootings being possible, I think that you're creating, I think that the chances of you creating more fear in kids of going to school is being overlooked, and I don't think I really like that. And then for the high school dude, I think people usually that write their own obituaries, I guess, you know what I mean? Tiffany said she had a friend that did it. I think that's more of an older thing, right? Someone who's lived life and kind of knows like at the end, right? To do that to young people, I just don't see it as being necessary. Not gonna lie. Even if there are school shootings around, look at how many school shootings happen per year for the last 20 years. There's no reason why you got that shouldn't be put in every school. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason why that should be part of the curriculum. Like that's right.
I mean, I think now it should be a part of every school because we don't know what the fuck may happen at this point. Because you got people going in Catholic schools, regular schools. Like it's. I think okay, maybe the obituary was a little bit too far, but I don't feel like it was wrong where he was trying to install them. And some of these kids do take shit like that for granted. So I think a little fear. Cause I mean, and for real, school's supposed to be the safe place because that's what we send our kids for 8 hours, half the damn, like basically they spend half their life at school. So it should be somewhere where they learn safety, you know, but even though like, cause they might not be able to, like, basically what I'm trying to say is they should install a little bit of fear into them and let them know like this shit could happen. It could be our school one day. You know what I'm saying? Like just getting them prepared.
I hear that, and just my personal experience with my teachers, the ones that pushed that limit, that created controversy in class, were honestly my most exciting classes to attend. It was different. It was talked about. I often had good relationships with people in those classes because we just talked more. You know, just the topics and things that came to us in those instances is memorable to this day for me. So I also appreciate that teaching style. Like I don't think it was that big of a deal.
Some people just uptight and just don't listen and don't understand or never been in a situation to know why. Like shit, what about Aaliyah? Remember when she passed? Like they did a whole fucking fire drill for that shit. Like I was scared as shit. Thought they was about to hit the plane. Was about to come through the school. Like you know, like they gotta be aware of something because you can't always shit. Everywhere you go, shit gonna happen. Not saying.
Why are we writing our obituaries? Why are we not writing the school board to say we need better security amongst the schools? Why are we not writing something like that? Why are we not writing that? Hey, y'all got us in school, right? It's a crime for us not to go, right? Your parent could legally go to jail or get like penalized for you not going. Why are we not writing? Hey, keep us safe. The school got to keep us safe. Why am I writing? Well, in case
do you think that writing would have been more passionate after writing the obituary and making those comments or before? Because that would prove the point.
I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think
now they can write the board after they.
I don't think it would matter.
Exactly.
If you writing the school board, I don't think writing my obituary helps me to be able to write the school board more passionate or not. I think
I think so.
The school board is not even.
I think
if I gotta acknowledge, right, that my life is in danger, I'm acknowledging that whether I just wrote my life is in danger or not. Like
some people don't know the severity of situations until it's objective. A lot of times people don't understand the severity of things until it's personal. So with me understanding the severity of possibly I can be involved in gun violence where I could lose my life and make me think about like if I wasn't really here because of some shit like that, it does change like the passion.
Nobody taught them nobody taught them nothing that went into their obituary. So essentially somebody was like, hey, this is serious. This could happen.
But they thought about if they weren't here. But
you could say, hey, y'all, think about this being something that could happen to you, right? You could not be here. What do you want to tell the school board to protect you? It's the same thought process, right? Think about this happening to you and write this versus think about this happening to you and think about you being
I think it hit different though. I think it hit different.
There's tone set for things, okay? If you're about to go to your average person, if you're about to go to a funeral, are you about to play certain types of music or maybe prior to church, right? You may play church music or something that sets you more in that tone, right? Puts you more in that more aligns with your feelings, right? That frames it for you, right? So I feel like this is the same thing as we understand in adults.
I think it's different because he gave them the feeling. He didn't say, hey, y'all, what do y'all think about if this happened to y'all? And they thought about
I don't think he gave them the feeling. They had to feel what they felt to create their own obituary.
But this is what I'm saying. Once you say, write your own obituary, Trina, now what are you thinking about? You see what I'm saying? I put the thought in your mind. He didn't say, hey, you guys could be in trouble. What do you think about? And they thought about death. And then he said from there, write an obituary. He gave them what they were writing about. So he made them think about this. That's what I'm trying to say. But he could have said, hey, this could happen. He could have took that to anywhere. This could happen. Write this or write this. So I just think the obituary thing was just,
I feel like it still hit different because even if you was to come to me and be like, write a letter to the school board about safety, that's like a boring fucking essay. But if you come to me and be like, if something was to happen, I need you to write your obituary and really think about the impact of if you were not here. It hit different.
I got a question though.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, real quick. So would it be any different if they were college students?
I don't know
because they do it in college.
For me personally, right? This is why I say that I think it was too much, right? And this is why I use example. I think they should have wrote to the school about safety, right, or about being safe, right? A bunch 400 obituaries doesn't mean shit, right? Because they wrote it, they teacher read it, graded it, and they took it home, right? 400 letters to the school board means something. Now we gotta have a meeting. Now something got to be addressed. So the obituaries did nothing. Essentially, other than get the teacher fired and have us talking about the
class, not 400. So to kind of assume,
I feel like
it got a 10
number kind of isn't as
30. Okay, 30 kids writing an obituary, 22 kids writing an obituary does nothing versus a group of people complaining. 20 kids that don't leave a hallway still get the staff and administration and somebody to come out and.
That's why there's kids who do that daily in counties all the time. Like that is, you realize they receive somewhere around that from children writing to them already.
Wait. When the kids and counties do walkouts and things like that, right? It make their local news, right? What made the local news is not how the kids felt in their obituaries, it's that they did them. So to me, yes, it probably was a creative writing for the kids. It probably was a better thing to write to the kids. But that isn't doing anything to fix the situation. I feel like one thing could have actually led to like, okay, this is wrote into this. This has to be addressed. Like he got multiple classes. It's a high school. He had to have at least 4 periods a day.
That probably caused awareness.
You said it did
definitely awareness.
But you said it did nothing. How can you say that these children were not? That zero impact was on their emotions, on their creative writing.
They could have lost their friends.
The thing that went viral was the teachers, not the kids. Not the kids, not none they send the letters, not how they felt. The thing that went viral is the teacher.
So now I think since the
teacher, but the impact still could have happened.
Yeah, no, that's what I was about to say. Since now that the teacher has the public eye watching, now there's time for you to step up and go to the board, and maybe they will listen or hear you. Maybe he just did
I lost my job though now.
But wait, maybe he did it the wrong way, not the wrong way at the wrong time. But I feel like it could have got the board attention. Now it's giving this attention.
I feel like now it's causing attention.
And I feel like if the kids really fuck with that teacher and they make what is that? I'm thinking about the word, but they like try to get him to come back because they don't think that he did something wrong. Maybe it was just something like, hey, you teenage kids take life for granted. It didn't have to just necessarily be like the school shooting. It could be like y'all drunk driving, drugs, anything. It didn't necessarily have. It was just like write an obituary, about yourself. Like, what would you say in your obituary about yourself, or what would you want people to say about you, your character, if something was happening? Not saying that it would happen at your younger age. Maybe they want to know what I feel like he was basically probably saying, what would you want somebody to remember you as or about, or what type of person you want in your obituary? Like, you don't want nobody to lie. This is what you want in there, or what you feel about yourself, or how you feel about yourself and what you accomplished or what goes. Like, that could have been a part of that learning curriculum.
I think making the kids write their obituary was worse than making them kids go out there and college.
Like something like basically manifesting your life, kind of, but not sort of like.
I do.
What'd you say?
I think making the kids write their own obituary was worse than making them kids go out there and pick cotton.
Damn.
Huh?
Damn.
What?
No.
We live in a world where kids are killing themselves at a rapid pace, right?
Yeah.
So I think to take them kids, those type of kids, or the thought of accidentally mixing some kids that go through depression, that have low self-esteem, the thought of accidentally having a kid in a place where, like, right about you dying, right? Like, you death. Like, who gonna think about you? and then being sad, I don't think that helps them, right? I honestly think when you talk about history, right, where we come from, I think taking a bunch of black kids out, right, that's so removed from slavery and be like, go grab that. Now picture yourself having to bend over 3,000 times, dude. That's where your people came from. I think that is a valuable lesson, right, to show where you came from, where your people came from. I think this is worse than that. The uproar they got when they made them black kids go out there and see what it's like to pick cotton, I think this is worse.
You think? Oh damn! So they made some kids pick cotton. What was I at?
Yeah, you don't remember that?
I don't know about that. I know about the kids that was playing the cotton ball game. I don't know about picking cotton though.
All right, I might be butchering this story a little bit. Ray, help me out if you remember. It is.
I think Trina is right. Actually, it was something
that
was
it was
a game, but they said it was too close to that.
No, y'all don't remember when they actually took the kids to the cotton field?
No.
I don't know about that.
No, I don't know about that.
Oh man, I wish we had more time. I wish I had this pulled up, bro, so I could Google it. I'm gonna put it in the group chat. I'm gonna find it and put it in the group chat.
Because Trina, I think what you're talking about happened in the DMV, actually, if I'm not mistaken.
It happened in Arlington County. It happened in Arlington County with a teenage boy, and he was playing. They had a game that was on the curriculum, and basically the teacher was trying to figure out who was. They tried to make him go first, and he felt peer pressure to play the game, and he didn't want to play. So they was mad because they thought it was related to slavery when it wasn't. Because I played that game before in my camp, so I knew what the game was, but they didn't like that he was a black boy and it involved cotton balls in the game, and he was pressured to play.
What was the game called? What do you do?
Damn, too many
I forgot what the game is called, but basically you got to collect as many cotton balls as you can within a certain amount of time. I played that at my birthday party.
I think I see what Trina talking about. This don't say teacher on leave after cotton ball game, right? But then you got above that New York teacher who allegedly made black kids pick cotton, wearing shackles placed on leave.
What?
Damn. I ain't know about the shackles part.
You think that was worse than them writing?
I ain't gonna lie. The shackles changed my whole opinion on the shit. I ain't gonna lie. The shackles changed.
And then in this story, they were writing their own obituary, right?
I did that as a kid though. My grandfather took us to a cotton field and made us go out and pick cotton. It was the same essential lesson. So to me, that don't sound as bad, right? Somebody taking a bunch of black kids and being like, learn about your history this way. That don't sound as bad to me. But I feel like this is some new shit because I never read this shackle part. That changes the whole thing to me. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Here we go. That's because it's two different stories. This is the story I'm talking about. Picking cotton on a field trip. That's the story I'm talking about.
Nothing with all these picking cotton stories.
It's a bunch of them now that I Googled it. Elementary school field trip involving picking cotton. They got a bunch of white kids though.
They asked me a lot.
That's inappropriate.
It was a story though. It's a bunch of them when I'm Googling now, so I don't even know which one of these areas is the one I remember because they got one from New York. They got a story from Arlington. I see the joint thing talking about Arlington. They got this one and this in New York. This in Queens. I don't know, but
that's better.
That's all I got, y'all. That's all I have for the show.
It's been real. Let's unlive this.
All right.
Yeah, come on, let me show you my bitch. Yeah, two-tone, baby, I'm lit. Yeah, I ball like it. Yeah, nigga can't tell me shit. Yeah, plus I bust down bricks. Yeah, make it, baby mama take a trip. Yeah, ball like a first strap beat. Yeah, broke nigga make me sick. Yeah, I got that drop, got that re-rock. Yeah, put a pussy in the sheetrock. Yeah, I got that spread like Peacock. Yeah, dripping in the SST top. Yeah, I get my Molly the